Beginning on the Emperor's website, click the Login button in the top right-hand corner of the page and click on Ameritas. This will take you to the Ameritas Accounts page. Depending on whether you are a new account user or an existing account user, you will need to click different account links. If you are unsure, please select Need Help Signing In. When your contributions established your account, you were sent a mailing from Ameritas containing a unique certificate number. If you have lost or misplaced this letter, you may call either the Ameritas call center or the NPERS call center to request it so that you may set up your account. Existing users can log in by entering their username and password and selecting Sign In. Next, you will see a dashboard with your account information listed. I see account information listed for my mandatory state retirement plan and for my deferred compensation plan. I click on the retirement plan info. This brings me to my plan dashboard or home page for my retirement plan. If I am unsure what type of mandatory plan I have, either a defined contribution benefit or cash balance benefit, I can check using the Account Activity button under my balance to determine this. This screen takes me to my activity summary. To see your current investments, you can go to the drop-down bar next to Select Investments. I have 100% of my money in the cash balance benefit. This means the investment decisions are made by the Nebraska Investment Council, so there is no need to allocate or transfer investment funds. Back to the overview screen, there is a drop-down under the State of Nebraska Employees Retirement Plan. Clicking on the plan name will give you more options if you have multiple plans or accounts. I have a Deferred Compensation Plan, or DCP, which shows in the drop-down menu as you can see. Click on the Deferred Compensation Plan. We are now on the DCP dashboard. I can review my balance here and can also make fund allocations and transfers for my DCP. If we look at the account activity on our DCP account, we can see it is very different from our cash balance benefit. It is much more like the defined contribution benefit. Here, we can select a date range to review, such as a month-to-date performance of a selected fund. I can see my contributions to this fund, the earnings that it may have generated in our given date range, review fees, and see transfers. Back on the homepage, in the section titled My Past, there is a button to click to review your past investments. Let's click on the Review Investments now. We are taken to a screen that details the balance that we currently have in each investment fund option we have chosen and the percentage of our account that represents. Back on the DCP dashboard in the My Future section, there is a button to click to review allocations. Allocations are funds that we have chosen for our future money to go into. We are taken to a screen that details our current allocation choices. As you can see, I currently have my money allocated to go into one fund at 100%. So whatever new money comes into the account, 100% of it goes into the fund that I have chosen. To the right of the allocations percentages, you can see that you can change the way your future contributions are allocated at any time. Under this, there is a button that says Manage My Money. Let's click that button. The page we are redirected to is the Manage My Investments page, where we can accomplish many things such as rebalancing our funds or looking at our pending transactions. However, at this time, we're looking at two specific things that we can do: changing our fund allocations using the Change My Future Contribution Allocations link, and transferring older money from one fund to another using the Transfer Fund to Fund link. After clicking on the Change My Future Contribution Allocations link, we can begin the process of changing our allocations for where we would like our future contributions to go. Read the information and warnings set forth on the page, then select if you would like to enter allocations for each money source individually. Once you do so, you can scroll down and see your money sources, which shows us what our current allocations are. As I mentioned before, I have contributions going into one fund at 100%. We can also see the New Allocations column, which is where we will make our new allocation selections using percentages of our account. If I wish for percentages that I am currently putting into a fund to remain the same for that fund option, I will simply move it to the New Allocations column. It is important that we allocate 100% of our future contributions to new or the same funds. The remaining percent to allocate at the bottom shows 100% left to allocate because I have not entered percentages in yet. In this example, I've decided to split up my fund allocations and put 75% into one fund and 25% into another fund. The new fund allocation for the fund that I'm leaving out of becomes 0, and the two other funds are now at 100% allocations. My total is still 100% allocated, and my remaining percent to allocate is 0%. After I finish designating my new allocations, I push the Continue button at the bottom of the screen. Now we are on to Step 2, the verification of new allocation elections. Scroll down and there's a listing of both my previous allocations and my new allocations listed out. Notice that you can go back to the previous screen using the Previous button, or cancel making your new allocations using the Cancel button. Or, if you're satisfied with your choices, click the Finish button. Step 3 is confirmation of your new allocations. The instructions on this page let you know about the timing of this transaction and give you the pending link to see your pending changes to your account. If you scroll down, you will see once again a list of your previous allocations and your new allocations. There is also a Home button that will take you back to your account dashboard now that you have finished making new allocation elections for your account. When we click the Transfer Fund to Fund heading on the Manage My Investment page, we're taken to Step 1 of the transfer processes. Read the information and warnings provided by Ameritas, then scroll down to the lower half of the page. Here, we see each of the investment funds that we have money in currently and exactly how much is in each. The list of investments may include some funds that you don't currently have money allocated to go into. In this example, let's take all the money in the available balance and move it into a different fund. Moving existing money from one fund to another is a transfer. I click the Continue button at the bottom of the screen to move to the next step. Read the information and warnings for Step 2, then scroll to the lower half of the screen. Here, we see a listing of all the available fund options. Under the From heading, we see the 100% that we are transferring. Along the right margin, we can also see a column that says To and a column of percentage fields. I'm electing to move the money into one fund. I put 100% of my fund into the new fund. Now it says I have 100% total, and my remaining percentage to invest is 0%. Notice that you can go back to the previous screen using the Previous button, or cancel the transfer using the Return to Manage My Investments button. Or if you're satisfied with your transfer, click the Continue button. Now we're on step 3, the verification of my transfer. Let's scroll down. Here I can see the fund that I took money from and the new fund that the money is being put into. If everything looks in order, click the Finish button. Step 4 is the confirmation of your fund transfer. The instructions on this page let you know about the timing of the transaction and give you a pending link to see your pending changes to your account. If you scroll down, you will see once again a listing of your transferred funds. There's also a home button that will take you back to your account dashboard now that you've finished transferring some of your existing money from one fund to another in your account.